later, I cleaned the relevant bit of the doors. I marked out a horizontal using a big spirit level. I then had a lot of, and I set out this rather brilliant workbench. Probably a bit dangerous. My biggest problem has been, it's very windy. And when I peel the back off, it all starts sticking together. But that's the longest word. Actually, the other problem is I have to, these doors are made of kind of large ridges. So the inside of the ridge has some depth. So obviously I'm going to have to paint inside the ridge. But the task for today is just getting the basic lettering on. I thought it would take me about an hour to get to this stage, and I think it's going to take me 2 hours. Then I'll show you what happens next. So I've learnt my lesson about it all blowing over, so now I've got my spirit level kind of anchoring there. So this is the backing that I'm taking off. I don't think on video, we can't really do both, can I? So that's the backing, that's the first letter coming off. Now I have to stick this to the door. That's the Kia Park. So, oh, this shows you that it's level. Okay. Okay, so I've now peeled off the back, which is very heavy and caused me a lot of problems, but in fact this next bit only took me about 10 minutes. And then the next thing you do is you use this thing called a squeegee and you make sure everything is really nicely stuck, yeah? So I'm just going to show you one little bit here. And then you peel off the front bit to reveal the stencil. But it's sometimes very difficult peeling off the front. And it's very windy today and I'm getting very cross because I can't quite peel off the front. Hold on a minute, I've got to move my ladder. There we go. So what we do is we're peeling off, it's all properly stuck off. That was just marker stuff. Right, I'm going to peel this, making sure that the back bit's nicely stuck off. So I've done the first layer of stenciling and I'm now tempted to actually use my fine brushes here to paint inside the grooves because I think it's going to look really weird. But first I'm going to put on Surrey while that lot's drying. Won't take long to dry. Second layer very quick. The art is not to put on too much paint in one go, so the layers have to be very thin so they dry quickly. So I decided to put the letters Surrey on separate things, so I cut them up individually. And I've given all that 2 layers. I'm just doing my last layer there. I think I'm going to give it a 3rd layer. It's very, very hot, so it dries in about 15 minutes. And I think it's about, is it 3:30? So this lot's taken me 3.5 hours. Let's see where we get to. Okay, it's had 3 coats and it's so hot. I'm going to wait 5 minutes, give it another little light coat, and then I'm going to do the great peeling. What I need to do now is, I'll come back next week, to see, for example, that gap in the N. What I need to do is I need to fill in the channel in white, which I'll do, but I'm not going to do it together. And also that G, I need to round it off a bit. It's all kind of bled a tiny bit, but I think from a distance it's not, that looks all right to me. That looks all right to me. And interestingly, I've done a lot of stenciling, but my problem today was the wind. Because every time I tried to put a stencil up, the wind would blow it and it stuck to itself, and then I was in trouble.